Hello, hi, welcome to my channel Brush It Up. Today's video is again an art vlog, and today I'm going to show a painting that I've done, acrylic painting, and there is a plein air sketch or an urban sketching thing that I got to do last week that 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 we are going to see, and there is one more sketches that I managed to do during the last week is what we are going to see in this video. So yes, so I hope you guys are doing well, you guys are having fun pursuing your interest, pursuing your passion, maybe professionally, if not professionally, then doing it as a hobby on the side, and doing it in spite of whether it is a profession of yours or it is a passion of yours, doing it in spite of what people think, and doing it in spite of people not understanding why do you do this so obsessively, just following your passion. So this particular sketch is like a vintage old timey gate, and I really like such old architectural pieces which the nature has taken over a bit, which has overgrown vines around it, and which because they are not maintained, or because of any reason nature has taken over. And so you can see in this photo how the picture actually is, and I'm trying to recreate it. So I really love such architecture. In the movie that I've quoted in a couple of my last videos, Suzume, it is a animated Japanese animated movie, and it got released in theaters all over the world. I am from India, so you must have, if you live in India, you must have gotten an opportunity to go see it in the theaters, and it is an absolutely wonderful movie. In that movie, there are scenes in which there are in Japan there are villages which have abandoned. So in these villages people have just abandoned their houses and everything, and their things are still there, everything. So when in Japan there are many villages in which people have abandoned their houses along with all their belongings, because in Japan there is this understanding that even things and even the objects that you use, for example table, any kind of objects, also have emotions, also have their own feelings. So they I don't know why they abandoned them, abandon the houses along with these things, but it comes from an understanding where they think that this the objects that you use, they have their own emotions, they also store feelings and all of that. So because of that, maybe because they want to move on to a new place or move on to the city, they don't want those old feelings and old things to burden them. So that is the reason why they just abandon those places, abandon their houses along with their objects. And so yes, so in that movie, Suzume movie, there is a part of that village which has been abandoned, and it used to be a playground or like a amusement park or something like that, that was there in that village as well, and that has been abandoned. I mean, we all of us know when we abandon any place, nature takes over that place over the period of time. Like there will be growth of vegetation in the architectural place, in that particular house that is happening. And if you see nature taking over, sometimes looks very beautiful. Like sometimes, no, most of the times it looks beautiful. You must have seen houses where there are just vines growing on them, like creeper species, plant species, creeper species of the plant that are growing on them, and it just looks beautiful. So I just love such architectural pieces in which there's a part where it has been taken over by the nature, or nature has just adds more to the beauty of that by taking it over, so even in this, the particular gate, the entry gate, or what it is, I don't exactly know, but it looks like an entry gate. It actually looks like a greenhouse entry gate, like a glass house's entry gate. So I think this is a greenhouse, and it has been abandoned, and over the period of time nature has taken over it, or maybe they like it that way, but it's just beautiful. There is some rusty looking this to it, or rusty look to it, where it makes it look vintage, and I just love these pieces. What happened during making this painting is that I actually first sketched it out, and then I wanted to paint it. But if you see earlier, that when I sketched it out and painted the first layer, the painting over it, just the entire sketch just got washed out. The pencil sketch just got washed out when I painted the layer over gave the first wash to that page. So I basically couldn't rely on the sketch that I made earlier. You must have seen in the video earlier, when you saw there was a sketch that I made. I am not relying on that sketch anymore, because you can see, I can't see that when the 2 or 3 coats went on, you can't see the sketch anymore. Even if I would have trace that sketch with a pen, like, or gone over that sketch with a pen, even after that, an acrylic paintings layer cannot be seen through an acrylic paintings layer. And I was trying to make it where I layer the paint, layer the what do you call, objects in the paint. For example, sky is layered over the forest, or the nature that is there, the forest life that is there, the tree life that is there, and then that is layered over the architectural piece that is there, and architectural piece is then later layered over the trees, or the creepers, the grass that has taken over the place. So that is what I wanted to do. And even if I would have gone over with a black pen over the sketch that I made, still I wouldn't have been able to see it. Making the sketch didn't really help. So I'm just now painting it, I might as well just started with the paints without sketching it. But I think sketching it helped me understand that, okay, fine, I can fit that piece in on this page, because it is very important. The dimensions of the photo have to fit into the page, or which part of the photo that you don't want in the painting of yours, or which part you want to highlight. All of that has to be understood, and for you to understand that, it is very necessary to sketch it out first, to understand, okay, fine, this piece is there, this is what I want, this part I don't want to put, I want to draw attention to this part, all of that. In this particular thing, I am not omitting anything, on I'm not trying to draw attention to anything. But even after that, simply, if you're just simply trying to replicate what is there, even when you do that, you have to know that how the elements are fitting on that page. So in order to do that, sketching really helps. So even though I can't see the sketch anymore, and I am just simply painting now, trying to do the painting, trying to do this thing just by painting it. But me doing the sketch earlier, I got a rough understanding as to, okay, fine, this is going to go here, this is going to go there. So that helped, because I now for sure know that this thing, it does fit on my page. So I really loved this. So this is most definitely a greenhouse's entrance, and I hope you like watching this particular sketch, because I enjoyed doing it. I did it in bits and pieces over the period of 3 days, and I was able to stick to it and bring it till the end. And I really, because in the last video, if you have seen my last video, I was following a tutorial. This time I just didn't want to follow a tutorial. I just simply wanted to do my thing, and I want to, just not copy anything, but just recreate a realistic painting, or be inspired by real things, rather than imitating an artist's work, because they say that you shouldn't imitate an artist's work, or if you imitate that, then maybe you change the color palette of it, recreate. And if you do that, you should give credit. So I have given credit in my last video. I have mentioned I have given the links down below from which art tutorial I was following this painting. But in this case, it is not that. I just wanted to simply create my own work, and I want to get to a stage where I am able to, draw from my imagination and draw from the reality and create a completely new piece, a completely new illustration that doesn't exist, that came to existence by being inspired by the things around me, being inspired by photos that I've seen, that I've liked, and being inspired by my imagination. I actually tried creating a digital illustration, and that I would have included that, but which was totally based on my imagination and inspiration that I found on Pinterest. But the thing that happened was that particular file, that digital file got corrupted, and I'm no longer able to work on it. So I have to now start again, and maybe in the next one, if I'm able to finish it, I would like to include it. So I'm stepping up my game with every single video. So I hope I am able to put a completely new this illustration, which is based on my imagination, my creativity, and somewhat inspired by the real life photos and real life places. Because they say nothing under the sun is new. Everything has been inspired from someone, from the nature, or from some other artist, and a combination of being inspired by some artist, some realistic places, and all of that, and part of your imagination, combination of all of that gives birth to a completely new thing. And speaking of being inspired by an artist, so my biggest inspiration is Claude Monet, and I really like the way he has done natural paintings, the way he has painted nature. My biggest inspiration is nature. I really love nature, and I started by painting landscapes, forest scene, wildlife scenes in a jungle, and all of that. So I really am inspired by nature, and nature inspires me to paint, follow my creativity. Though they say painting bushes is not really does not require a lot of skill, but I think painting nature is so joyful. It gives you so much joy, like a beautiful green lush landscape just gives so much peace, brings you so much at peace, I feel. So I love drawing nature. And yes, so you can see in this piece there's a lot of greenery that has been that has been that has overtaken this particular monument that is there, and I love it. It is kind of a vintage, old-timey thing. I love old architectural pieces that have stood the test of time, and they still look beautiful. They are classic, they are timeless. I just love it. Even when it comes to fashion, I just love timeless fashion, classic fashion, which is not trendy, which you won't be wearing this month, but 6 months down the line or 2 years down the line, it is going to be completely out of fashion, and you can't use that particular piece. As I'm getting older, I am not into trendy things anymore. I just love timeless things, classic pieces, clean pieces. Same goes with my art also. I love timeless this thing. Modern art is good, but the vintage old architecture that has stood the test of time, which is beautiful. And history, I am a big history buff. I love historical fiction, I love historical movies. Same goes when it comes to my art as well. I just love old timey pieces, old timey architecture, and all of that. So yes, I think we have reached to the part where I have finished my painting, and this is how it turned out. I really liked how it turned out. I just simply went with it. I didn't have much expectation as to how it is going to turn out, but I really loved doing this. So over the weekend, I went with Urban Sketchers Mumbai to sketch, and we went to CST. So this is the CST station. It's beautiful. It is UNESCO's World Heritage Site, and we didn't paint this. We painted an architectural piece which is opposite Crawford Market in Mumbai, and it was beautiful. I enjoyed it. Next clip is about that. I actually was able to execute it, paint it, quickly paint it, and it was fun. It was fun to do it. It took me like 2 hours, no, 1.5 hour to complete it. So it was fun. I really liked making it. And these are the sketches that I did for the week. And actually, I had recorded it from the very beginning of making the sketch, but that I think I forgot to press record when I was doing this, and because of that, it must have. And when I checked that, oh my god, I forgot to press record. I had almost, gone not halfway, but started the sketch already. So I wasn't able to record this from the very beginning, but the rest of two more sketches that I've done, I've recorded them from the very beginning. And I hope you like watching this process of mine. I'm telling you, I wasn't even this good over the period of time of doing it regularly every single day, practicing. I've gotten better, and it just makes me think that if you pursue it sincerely, and if you do it, you will get better at it. If you like something, you have to like it to that extent that you're okay with being bad at it and pursuing it even though you are bad at it. I must have said this previously also in one of my videos. If you really like something, you will do in spite of you being good or bad at it. You will do in spite of what other people think. You will do in spite of all the odds that are there. And Bob Ross says that your talent is nothing but a pursued interest. People say you're talented at something, you're good at something. It is nothing but a pursued interest. One particular scene of Game of Thrones comes to my mind. Like, Arya is so brilliant in warfare, right? And there's a clip in which her father, I don't remember her father's name, the Arya's character, her father is watching her, and she's learning archery, and she is practicing arrows, and almost like for an hour or two her arrows doesn't hit the bullseye, like the target doesn't hit the target. But after doing it for the 100th time, I guess the 111th time, it hits the target. And that is what it takes, you doing it in spite of failing at it. And failure, you shouldn't be afraid of failure if you want to learn something new, and you shouldn't be afraid of people making fun of you looking stupid. You just have to give up on all those notions if you want to improve in life. Like, okay, if your friends think, oh my god, she is not so good at it, why is she doing in spite of that, and she's so like bad at it, and she still does it with so much. Like, if you want to learn something, you have to be okay with failing at it. You have to be okay with being looking stupid. You have to be okay with people not understanding you, and all of that. If you want to grow, if you want to learn at any stage in your life, if you really like something, do it in spite of all the odds that are there. Do it, go after it. That is what I have learned in my art journey so far. And one thing I wanted to tell you is, while I was painting the earlier painting, what the show that what was playing in the background was Jay Shetty, the YouTuber show. That particular episode where Tom Holland came for an interview because his new movie or series is getting released, and I really liked his interview. Like, I like Tom Holland any which ways. I like celebrities who are very authentic, who are very genuine, and just Tom Holland feels like a person who is not fake at all. And I loved his interview. I loved him as Spider-Man, the role that he has played in Spider-Man, and his new movie or series, whatever it is also going to be damn good. I don't remember the name, but you should go and watch that particular interview. It's really fun to watch. So that is the movie recommendation, not movie recommendation, show recommendation that I have for you in this this video, because I always give a recommendation of something I have recently watched, like a movie or a show or a series or a reality show or something like that. So this video's recommendation is Jay Shetty's Tom Holland's interview. You should really go and watch it. It's fun, it's nice, it's epic. Yeah, so I think this is the last the sketch that I have made. And I also have a short mini sketchbook tour in this video towards the end. The sketches that I have done in past few days. So yeah, you'll get to watch it. Stay tuned. Don't log out. Don't close the video for now. So this is how the sketches turned out. I'm not really fond of the middle one. I don't like how the face turned out, but otherwise I like how the first one has turned out. Really like the first one and the last one, and middle one is okay. And this is the mini sketchbook tour that I was talking about. These are the recent sketches that I've done in this thing. Mostly all of them are portrait human figures. That is what I'm obsessed with currently. I want to put in some architectural pieces as well and some landscapes as well. But thanks for watching. That was this video.